Imagine a perfect college campus. Golden dome, football Saturdays, late-night study sessions under the library lights. Then one student disappears. No body, no witnesses, just blood in a locked basement and a professor who knew too much. This is the true story of Notre Dame and the cold-blooded crime it tried to bury forever. I'm Mr. Gray, retired investigator. These are the stories that never left me. October 17, 2024, 2:47 a.m., South Bend, Indiana. The wind of St. Mary's Lake carried the faint smell of dying leaves and distant bonfires. Campus was quiet except for the low hum of the heating plant and the occasional laughter drifting from the far side of God Quad. In the shadow of the Golden Dome, inside the locked basement of the old O'Shaughnessy Hall, a single fluorescent bulb flickered above a concrete floor that had been poured in 1957. A young man's body lay face down in a shallow pool of blood that had already begun to congeal. His name was Ethan Caldwell, 19, a sophomore from suburban Chicago. His throat had been cut from left to right with a single practiced stroke. The knife was still in the killer's gloved hand. The killer knelt, breathing steadily through a black balaclava. There was no panic, no shaking, only calm calculation. He had done this before. He wiped the blade on Ethan's hoodie, stood, and walked to the utility sink. The water ran red, then pink, then clear. Outside, the wind picked up. Somewhere on campus, a car alarm chirped twice and went silent. The killer removed the gloves, sealed them in a plastic bag, and tucked them inside his jacket. He had 3 more things to do before dawn: move the body, clean the scene, make sure no one would ever connect the dots. He had 47 minutes before the first maintenance shift arrived. He used every single one. September 2024. Ethan Caldwell arrived on the University of Notre Dame campus on August 21, 2024, the day move-in began. He drove up from Naperville, Illinois in a used Honda Civic packed with Target dorm essentials: twin XL sheets, a mini fridge, a Keurig, and 3 posters of the Chicago Blackhawks. His parents rode in the front seat: Dad, a mid-level manager at Allstate, Mom, a part-time nurse. Both cried when they hugged him goodbye outside Keenan Hall. Ethan was 5'11", 170 pounds, sandy blonde hair, quiet eyes, and a smile that made people like him immediately. He played club hockey back home and had been accepted into the Mendoza College of Business. He wanted to work in sports marketing, maybe for the Blackhawks or the Cubs one day. His roommate was Connor Hayes, 18, from Pittsburgh, a mechanical engineering major who already had a Notre Dame football jersey with the number 5 on the back, the number of the starting quarterback that year. Connor was loud, funny, and the kind of guy who made friends in line at the dining hall. Within the first week, Ethan had a crew: Connor, a girl named Maya Patel from California, pre-med, coffee addiction, and a lacrosse player named Tyler Brooks from Texas, loud laugh, endless supply of Whataburger gift cards. They ate at the dining hall together, studied in the Hesburgh Library until 1 a.m., and went to the first home football game against Texas A&M, screaming themselves hoarse in the student section. Life felt perfect. Until October 11th. That was the night Ethan didn't come back to the dorm. Connor noticed it around 2 a.m. on October 12th. Ethan's bed was still made. His backpack was gone, but his phone charger was still plugged in. Connor texted the group chat, "Yo, Ethan, where you at?" No reply. By morning, Connor was worried enough to walk to the Keon Naughton Institute of Irish Studies building where Ethan had a 9 a.m. class. The professor, Dr. Fiona O'Connell, said Ethan hadn't shown up. Connor went to the Notre Dame Security Police office in Hammis Mowbray Hall. The officer on duty, a middle-aged man named Sergeant Paul Dempsey, took the report with the calm patience of someone who'd seen this 100 times. "He's 19, probably crashed at a friend's place or partied too hard. We'll do a welfare check." Connor pushed back. "He doesn't party like that. He's not the type." Dempsey nodded, typed a few things, and handed Connor a card. Call if he shows up. We'll ping his phone and check the dorm cameras. Connor left feeling dismissed. By noon, Maya and Tyler were in the dorm too. They searched Ethan's side of the room. Backpack missing, laptop gone, wallet and keys gone. His Notre Dame ID was still on the desk, which was strange. He never left without it. Tyler found something else, a crumpled receipt in the trash for a coffee from the Huddle, the campus convenience store, at 11:47 p.m. the night before. They called NDSP again. This time they got a different officer, Officer Elena Vazquez, younger, more attentive. She took the receipt and promised to review security footage. That afternoon, the group walked the most likely routes, from Keonaughton to the library, past the Basilica, down to the lakes. They posted on every group chat, Yik Yak, and the Class of 2028 Instagram page. By evening, the rumor mill was spinning. He got blackout drunk at the linebacker. He's ghosting a girl from St. Mary's. He's depressed. Midterms are brutal. None of it felt right to Connor. On October 13th, NDSP officially listed Ethan as missing. Chief John Roberts held a press conference in the Joyce Center. Cameras from WNDU, WSBT, and the South Bend Tribune were there. "We are treating this as a missing persons case," Roberts said. "We ask the public's help. Ethan Caldwell is 5'11", 170 pounds, blonde hair, blue eyes. Last seen wearing a navy Notre Dame hoodie and gray joggers." A photo flashed on screen. Ethan smiling at the first football game, face paint on his cheeks. South Bend Police Department joined the search. Detective Lisa Vargas, a 15-year veteran with a reputation for being relentless, was assigned as liaison. She met with Connor, Maya, and Tyler in the student center. Did he have any enemies, any fights, drugs? All three shook their heads. "He was just normal," Maya said. "Quiet, kind, smart." Vargas asked the question that would change everything. Did he ever mention anyone making him uncomfortable? A professor, a coach, someone older? Tyler hesitated. There was this one guy, Prof. Klein, history department. Ethan said he was too friendly, always asking him to stay after office hours. Vargas wrote it down. Edward Klein, 52, tenured professor of American history, office in DCO Hall, known for being charismatic, popular with students, especially young men. He had been on campus for 24 years. The first real break came from a maintenance worker named Carlos Rivera. He was emptying trash in O'Shaughnessy Hall's basement on October 15th when he noticed a smell. Not garbage, something metallic and wrong. He called NDSP. They found blood in the utility room, small smears on the concrete floor that had been hastily cleaned with bleach. The bleach smell was still strong. Forensics from the Indiana State Police Lab confirmed. Human blood. DNA matched Ethan Caldwell. The story broke nationally. CNN, Notre Dame student missing for 4 days, blood found on campus. Fox News, is a serial predator hiding at the Golden Dome? The New York Times, a college's dark secret, the disappearance of Ethan Caldwell. ND President Father John Jenkins issued a statement. "We are cooperating fully with law enforcement. The safety of our students is our highest priority." But the damage was done. Parents pulled students home. Alumni called the development office demanding answers. The football game against USC that weekend had the lowest attendance in years. Edward Klein lived in a modest brick house on the edge of Granger, just outside South Bend. His wife of 27 years had left him in 2019. No children. He taught American History 101 and a senior seminar on the Civil War. Students called him Professor Ed. He wore tweed jackets, drank black coffee from a Notre Dame mug, and kept office hours open late. Detectives interviewed him 3 times. First time, "I haven't seen Ethan since office hours on October 9th. He was struggling with his midterm paper. I offered extra help, that's all." Second time, "I was home the night he disappeared, grading papers, alone." Third time, they brought a warrant. Inside the house, in a locked file cabinet in the basement, they found a locked metal box. Inside, photographs of at least 8 male students taken without their knowledge. a journal detailing sessions with names and dates, a small keychain knife with dried blood on the blade. The blood matched Ethan's. Klein was arrested that night. The trial began in May 2025 at the St. Joseph County Courthouse in downtown South Bend. Prosecutor Daniel Whitaker laid out the case with cold precision. Blood in the basement matched Ethan's DNA. The knife matched the wound pattern. Security footage showed Klein entering O'Shaughnessy at 1:12 a.m. on October 11 and leaving at 3:04 a.m. The journal entries described Ethan as perfect, quiet, trusting, beautiful. Klein had a history of mentoring young men that went back to 2008. Complaints had been buried by the administration to protect the university's reputation. The defense argued, no body means no proof of murder. The blood could have been planted. The journal was fantasy writing. The jury didn't buy it. On June 12, 2025, Edward Klein was found guilty of first-degree murder, kidnapping, and evidence tampering. He was sentenced to life without parole. The university faced lawsuits from Ethan's family and several former students. The president resigned. New policies were implemented: mandatory reporting, independent oversight, and a new Title IX office with real power. Connor, Maya, and Tyler graduated together in 2028. They still talked about Ethan every October 17, lit a candle at the grotto, said a prayer, and remembered the quiet kid who just wanted to belong. The campus never quite felt the same. Thanks for listening. If you want more cases from my old files, like the video and subscribe. There's plenty left in the casebook.